So when you start your real estate career, understand you're going to need to go work with a broker, a brokerage, a manager, somebody who can manage you, right? In real estate, there's generally two levels of licensure. There's a lower level, who you will be when you come into the industry, and there's a higher level who can manage people. It's an agency relationship that's formed when you go to work for a brokerage. Now, the thing you got to understand about that is you are working for them. So when you go and when you get in the industry, one of the first things you're going to do is probably call on your friends and your family and relatives and everybody to see if they need real estate services. And I highly suggest you do that, by the way. Don't think you don't know enough to do that. Do that. And get that business. But when you do that and you bring those relationships in and you get them on contracts like purchase agreements or listing agreements or buyer representation agreements, when you do that, understand this, that relationship isn't with you, it's with the brokerage you work for. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at this next video where the broker spells it out pretty clearly.
Well, I think I've got everything. Got all my files packed up and I'm heading over to my new brokerage firm.
What have you got in there? Personal files?
Yeah, sure. Personal files, like my income tax stuff. That's all.
Are those my brokerage's contracts? Do you have the firm's listing and buyer rep agreements in that box? Or maybe purchase agreements for this firm's clients?
Maybe?
Look, all contracts belong to the brokerage firm, not the individual salesperson. Just because you handle the paperwork for our clients doesn't mean the contracts belong to you. They belong to the firm. Remember, the brokerage owns all the contracts. And you are leaving our brokerage, which means you are leaving those contracts as well. Sorry.
Our agent in that video, I think she was kind of surprised because I think she forgot that she works for that brokerage in an agency capacity, and that broker manager, they own the contracts, they own the relationships. So keep that in your mind when you're in the business and you're working and you want to move to another brokerage or you want to go do your own thing. You got to understand who owns those contracts. And you have to understand, what does that mean when you leave to any monies you may have coming because of those contracts. And I do see that if it's not done properly, you can get in a lot of trouble if you're not moving properly, if you're not recognizing the sanctity of those contracts with that existing brokerage. So, brokerage relationships, very important to understand who you work for and who owns those agreements.